Alright, so here we go. This is going to be quite an interesting event here tonight. And as RPL F1 kicks off round 2 of F1, we are here at Imola here tonight. So welcome along, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ironwolf here, and last week was our season opener in Bahrain, and that race was won by a newcomer, TTM Harris, who won that race. Reese finished in P2, and TB was P3. Now those three, by the way, those are the top 3 in terms of drivers. Constructors, though, it is Red Bull leading with 44 points, gaining the full 44 all the way. AlphaTauri is second with 22, and McLaren sitting in third with 15. So, as the individuals are lining on up, let's take a peek and see who is here for what. So, taking a look here, we have Payox reserving for Gecko and Mercedes tonight, teaming with Maxwell. In Red Bull, we have Reese taking in, and being in the reserve tonight is going to be Bonkers, who had a tumultuous event in Jeddah in F2. McLaren, we have TB, and is joined by Corey Marshall. Surprised to see him back in it. Aston Martin, we have Stenner and a brand new driver, Mythic Cammy. These two are running for Oxtez, who no-showed again this week, and running for KVS, who has a controller problem. Leighton is in the Alpine, teamed with McLaren, Co-TP, RPL Egg. The Chiller and F1X, they are in the Ferrari, and we'll get the rest of them once we get unloaded in. So, Q1 here in Imola, which is one of the brand new tracks that was first dropped in F1 2021, at least a couple months after it was launched. And this track appeared in, I believe it was round 16 or 17 last season in RPL, which was led to controversy where Maxwell and Luke, the two Red Bulls, were both promptly disqualified from the event due to race fixing. Unfortunately, even though with the disqualifications, Luke still won the championship. But here we have Imola, the second round of this event. So here we go. Okay, so let's take a look at the rest of the guys here. Let's see. Well, we have TRT Kiernan and Haas. Cryptic and Polygon in the Alfa Romeos. Wavy Knife, the McLaren Academy Reserve in the Williams. Nando Cedar, who raced earlier in F2, is in the Haas. Jack and Luke are in the AlphaTauri, and that's everybody. There's only one Williams missing, which is not fake. It's let's see. Yeah, there's only one Williams missing, and that is Beatnik. But Beatnik is going to be showing up a little bit. So, looks like we have a McLaren coming out on track, and that is going to be TB out on deck. Now, TB was in the Mercedes last time we were here. He finished, I believe it was P5 in that race. Just give me 2 seconds to make sure it is correct. Okay, it was round 17, that's where it was. TB was 4th place. So let's see. Joining out with TB, we have Leighton. And we have Leighton and Egg. So the 2 Alpines are out on track. Both Alfa Romeos of Cryptic and Polygod out on track. And Jack in the Alpha Tauri is out. So here we go as he rounds to the last corner. Here we go. We're going to be on an onboard run with TB as he makes his way through the little twist knobs of the front stretch. Now charging his way down to turns 1 and 2. Let's just take a look at the gear ratios here as he makes his way charging on around. Gets it right there in the turns 4 and 5. Now up in the turn number 6. This is where Lewis Hamilton had his malfunction. Almost. And now make this way through. Now up into turn number 8. Very sweeping. A little quick here. Now into the tricky part of 9, 10, and a little notch of 11. Expect turn 11 to expect some people to invalidate their times. Now into turns 13 and 14. Gets right up with the curbs. Nice up with that track limit there. Now into 16 and 17 to wrap up the lap. And that is going to be a lap around Imola with TB. And let's see what his benchmark time is going to be. And it is a very, very solid 15-1. Cryptic gets a 17 exact. Leighton 15.5. Very good time by him. Now on to Egg. And he 18.7. Now Polygod almost a second clear of his teammate. Check that out. 16-0 for Polygod. And fun fact with Egg, even though he finished P7 on track last time we were here, he actually got a second place in AlphaTauri after penalties and everything was situated. But anyway, so Bonkers gets the faster lap now. 14.7, only to get bashed over by TB with a 14.7. 14.9, I'm sorry, with Bonky. But Jack, 15.5, not bad there. And Reese, the other Red Bull, a 15.8. So I think he must have had a malfunction in his first run. So Reese, off of the full-time drivers, is basically the de facto championship leader, and looks like he's had a problem again. Oh, he was letting his teammates, letting his sister's teammate through. Mythic Conroy, one of the brand new newcomers, making his RPL debut. And it is P5, 15.6. Very impressive. We're only a few minutes in now. we're only a couple minutes in on quali, but these times are really starting to stack up. We're seeing 14s, we're seeing 15s. I'm probably going to say probably a high 15, probably a 15.8 will be probably the beneficial safe point for these drivers. More and more make their loops around to get themselves warmed up, ready to go for another run. There goes the chiller now, comes across. 15.6, only 200s clear of Cammy. And in Tier 2 Kiernan, 16.8 clears it away, and F1X 15.2 puts in P3 for right now. So F1X, after having some difficulty in the opener, he's really coming in the light. Now Maxwell, he's gonna have to do some work here. Now Maxwell, he had some issues in the event. He's only P8 in the championship with only 4 points, and that's the only 4 points that Mercedes have. I have not seen Mercedes had that bad of a start, and he's invalidated it, and Wavy is gone. And he's crashed it in the nick of turn 11. Reese comes around. There he is. I'm thinking he's probably lost it on the exit of turn 10 and just caught the curb and just spun out. And that's going to be the end of Wavy. So Wavy is definitely going to be knocked out. And it's going to have to start from the back in P20. So currently, in terms of the drivers themselves, Stenner, Payox, Maxwell, and Nando have yet to set a lap. Let's see what Maxwell is capable of doing. He makes his way around the last couple of corners. Looks okay as he comes across the line. And it's fastest, 14.1. Very dang impressive run from Maxwell there to put at the top of the timing table in Q1. Now on to Stenner now. So Wavy is going to be starting in P19. And when Beatnik shows up, he'll be starting P20. Unless Beatnik shows up in time and actually gets a Q1 run in time. Now with Stenner here. Stenner is the Mercedes driver of F1 Tier 2 and is in reserve for tonight in the Aston Martin. Here he comes across the line and it's a P12. 15.8, which is a solid time to say the least. And is only 0.2 off of his teammate, Mythic Cammy. So very nice, impressive, very nice attempt by My Mythic there puts it P10, standard P12, so a decent showing from the Aston Martin team. Now Payox. This is his second time, I believe. This is his second time in the big league team, and the last time, and the first time he did it, was a 16-7. What happened there? I think he must have made a mistake somewhere. He probably must have, in honesty. But here he comes now. Only a couple hundreds up out of Sector 1. Okay, so Sector 1 looked pretty good. I'm thinking it's probably Sector 2 he faltered in. As Jack moves out of the way. I'm thinking it's Sector 2 he must have had a malfunction. See? Okay, well he went up a few tenths and Nando's gone too. Nando has crashed. Yeah, here he goes. Actually looking very better. P4, 14-8 for Payox. That was actually really good. Alright. So, as it sits right now, between the drivers here, so Egg and TRT Kiernan are at risk of being knocked out of Q1, and the Alfa Romeos of Polygon and Cryptic are on the cusp of possibly not making it through. So, Kiernan, well, I'm guessing he must have done something. He must have got track limit enough that not only did the lap that he just finished not count, but his next one isn't going to count either. Now Egg. Egg is going to have to figure out what to do here. And there is Beatnik. Beatnik has appeared. Although I don't know how much time is left. I think there's under 5 minutes to go. So Beatnik will have time to get a lap out. So, let's see. Let me ask what the weather is for the race. Alright, let's take a look. Let's take a peek here. So we're seeing ties on. And Polygon's #1 fan, Red Raider, is here. And Beatnik has just disconnected. Alright, Beatnik, you better get your butt back in here, dude. Oh, man. Get in. Get in here, man. Alright, so where was Egg at? Oh, P9, alright. And dry all the way through. Thank you, TB, for that information. Alright, so Egg P9, only a couple hundreds clear of his teammate late in here. And Maxwell goes fastest with a 13.9. Wow. And Reese, by the way, 14.6. Okay, so Beatnik has come back as let's see, how is Cryptic going to fare? So for those new that don't know much about Cryptic, Cryptic last season in F1 was mainly a reserve, basically a Swiss Army knife reserve for our F1. Showed up pretty much almost every freaking week as reserve for a driver, for a team, whether it be Haas, Alpine, Aston Martin, stuff like that. He was all over the place. And he did score some decent points too. In F2, he was the runner-up to Egg in Season 10 of F2. But in F1 Tier 2, though, he did become the Season 2 champion. So that's a bit of a consolidation for Cryptic here. So anyways, there's multiple people now backing off. They're done with their Q1 time. We have F1X, Jack, TB, and so is TRT Kiernan. He's done, so he is going to be knocked out of Q1. And Beatnik did come back, but unfortunately, there is not enough time for him to get a run out, so Beatnik is going to have to start in P20. But now the question is, who is going to be the last guy knocked out of Q1? And currently, as you can just watch the oscillation of that wing, and it looks like Cryptic had a mistake. Just seeing that waviness of that oscillation, and yeah, Cryptic is going to get knocked out of Q1. That is the end of him. So Paul God, by the skin of his teeth, literally makes it into Q2. Who else is next? I believe next up is going to be Luke. He is P13 with that AlphaTauri. He bails out to the pit, so he's done enough to stay through. Egg is going off, and he's done. Leighton is coming across to P9. Now Stenner, P10. So Stenner puts on a strong last lap effort and is through. So, Cryptic, Kiernan, Mando, and Weavy knocked out of Q1. Beatnik will also be in there once we are set. And so, yeah, that is going to be the end of Q1. So, who will be going from Q2 to Q3? We'll find out right after this. And Q2's underway, and we have a laundry list of drivers coming out. And first out is going to be, it is going to be Corey. So, fun fact about Corey Marshall, this is his... Oh, goodness me. When was the last time he raced? I can't remember the last time he raced, but I do know he was dominant. He was really strong in Season 3 in F1. He was a really strong, capable driver. For sure. So, anyway, Corey is out on deck first. We saw the Alpines of Egg and Leighton behind. Cammy right behind with them as well. TB and the Chiller out on deck as well. It looks like one of the Red Bulls is coming out next too, and it is Bonkers. So the Alpines backing up, getting them the space, and here we go with Corey being the benchmarker. Now I do wonder who is out on what, and looks like Leighton, Jack, the Chiller, F1X, they're chancing with mediums to kick it off. So this should be an interesting setup to see, trying up their trials and strats and everything, see what they can do. So when I mentioned about Red Raider also being the big fan of Polygod, he's also a fan of F1X. So F1X, you got Red Raider as a fan as well. Here we go, around the final corner for Corey. A little slippery on the exit, but charges his way through, and the benchmark is a 16-1. And Bonkers out of it. He's crashed in turn 2. He's crashed in turn 3. And there he is right there, right off the corner over there. He's out. So Bonkers is going to be starting P15. So trouble in the Red Bull camp. And TB just takes off with it, 14-8. The Chiller 15-9. Leia's got to do it over again, a minute 45. Okay. Fair enough. Oh! What the hell happened to Maxwell? I just got distracted. Oh, he's lost the wing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness me. Oh dearie me. Oh Lord. So Maxwell's gonna have to do another run. Get a new wing. Probably gonna get a new wing. Change of his tires and probably a new pair of pants. For what happened to him. And Jesus, Mythic Carry just wiped out. Good thing we caught that in time. That was a heavy impact into that wall. Well, so this is that. Oh man, this is gonna be a bit of a. This is gonna be unique, that's for sure. Jack 16-4. Oh my. Well, we just had 2 crashes already, so we had Bonkers crash at the entrance of turn number 3. We had Cammy crash at the end of turn 5. Jeez. So an Aston Martin out, but like I said, the bigger one, a Red Bull out. So Reese is going to be stuck on his own once he gets up into Q3. Here comes Leighton now. And it's only a 16.3, not bad for him. Just outpaced F1X in the Ferrari. And now here comes Payox now. Payox might spoil the party. Here he comes across the line, and it is only a 15.7 for P2, 9/10 off of TB in the McLaren. But Payox, though, he is on medium tires, so he might be trying a different strat. Reese is now coming out, actually. Speaking of which. So, next up is going to be Egg. And here he goes. And he's got a 16.1 on medium tires. Not bad for Egg. And Luke's got an invalidation, so he's going to have to try again. Now here comes Stenner. That's a 16.9, slowest of the field, so he's gonna have to give it another shot. Maxwell now setting off for a new run. Luke dives off to the pits, and Polygod has yet to come out on track. So far, we've had 4 cars crash in qualifying so far. We had Wavy crash in the Little Nick at turn 11. Nando crashed in the final corner. That was in Q1. And in Q2, we had Bonkers crash at the entrance of turn 3. And Cammy crash hard in the exit of turn number 5. Now, here we go with Maxwell. It's actually looking really good. Here he comes around. It's a nice, stays within the limit line. And just about a 14.1 for Maxwell. Very good, solid run for him. Let's see what Reese has in store. Car number 48. And here he comes. Hard and strong and across the line. It's a 15.2. So TB is still showing the pace. He's putting on that hard pace and keeping a Red Bull guessing. So McLaren's putting on some solid pace. Well, just saw it briefly 4.5 minutes ago in Q2. We have Polygod up. With 2 guys out, and with his solid pace and running, I would be very surprised if Polygod can do like he did with Q1 and just squeak on by enough to get himself into Q3. And that's Corey off the track in turn 3. So here we go. Here comes Polygod. Working his way through. Here he comes across the line. And it is a 16.5, so just shy of it. And Maxwell calls it a run in the pits. He's definitely done enough. He will be through to Q3. Now the only one left to make a lap is Luke. So Mythic Cammy is going to be starting P15. And Bonkers, once Luke's run is good, it'll be P14 for Bonkers. And Luke, P4, 15-1. And Jack, by the way, also a 15-1. And just a note, Luke and Jack are in Alpha Tauris on soft tires, and they did a 10th quicker than Reese in the Red Bull. And Polygod's called it. Polygod's in the pits, he's done. I'm actually shocked. I thought Polygod would probably come out and do a little more. So Polygod at the moment, P12. But it could be P13. So we have 3 gone from Q2. Well, who else will join them? And at the moment, it's Stenner and Layton that are P11 and P13 respectively. And on the cusp, it's Egg and Corey. Egg and Corey are on the cusp. As Luke has run off to the pits. Layton's gonna have a bit of a problem because he is stuck in the air of Payox. This is not gonna be looking good for Layton. He's stuck behind Payox for that spot. That's not going to help him. It might hold him up a little bit. He is 3/10 up, though. And looks like that's a Ferrari in trouble. Is that F1X or is that the Chiller? Okay, it's the Chiller that was in trouble. Maybe the Chiller was being nice to help and get his teammate a little help. And speaking of the other guys, Stenner, by the way, was over 7/10 up in Sector 2. So let's see if Stenner... Looks like Stenner's going to make it in time to get one final lap in. And it's not enough. Stenner out of Q2. Layton also out of Q2. And Egg just barely makes it through into Q3. Which, by the way, speaking of which, F1X, Payox, and Egg, they are going to be starting on the medium compound tire. Everyone else are on softs. So Leighton, Stenner, Polygod, Bonkers, and Cammy out of Q2. So who will snag pole in Q3? We'll find out right after this. Okay, alright, sorry about that. Back in the action. So, loads of people are coming out. Payox, we just saw us coming out too. So, alright, so I'm just gonna ask this. Asking our Twitch chat here. Who do you think will be the top 3 after Q3 is all said and done? Who do you think is top 3? While we wait for a response from the chat, I will tell you my prediction on who I think will be top 3. And this is in no particular order. I'm going to say Maxwell is going to be one of them. TB is going to be one of them. And I'm going a bit oddball, but I'm thinking this fellow, Jack. I think Jack is going to be in the top 3 as well. So I'm predicting Maxwell, TB, and Jack as the top 3. Where I think Reese will sit, I'm thinking he's going to be P4. Anyways, as the drivers set their benchmarks, the Chiller 15.2, Luke 14.8, Egg 16.2, Corey with a 14.7, only to get beaten over by F1X by 4 milliseconds. Now who else? Who else? That's a very interesting choice. Ty's puts in, he put his top 3 prediction of Reese, Maxwell, and Payox to be his top 3. Very solid choices. Well, Payox is actually coming across now, and it's only a 15-0. Maxwell's gonna have to do a little work. He keeps invalidating his laps. Reese must have had one invalidation. And looks like Red Raiders got the same aspect too. Going Reese and Maxwell for 2 of his 3 choices for top 3. But he's picking Luke. I'm sorry. He's picking Luke to be the last one for his top 3. And Reese is invalidated again. Here comes Jack now. Alright, so here comes Jack as he makes his way across the line. And it is 14.9. So that's only P4 for right now. Looks like Egg was off in the gravel. And now TB up for his run. So currently, only 6 minutes to go. Right now, currently the fastest driver is F1X. But there's still 3 big runners yet to set a lap, and that is Reese, Maxwell, and TB. In fact, speaking of Reese, he's actually just cleared Sector 2 while we're observing TB here. sends Jack off to the pits. Here comes Reese now. Is his time good? No, he's bailed to the pits. So he must have invalidated again. Now here comes TB to charge across the line. And it's top of the table, 14-4. Okay, so Tyz has changed up his thing, and he actually went exactly his prediction. He has Reese for P1, Maxwell for P2, and TB for P3. And Red Raider actually put in a claim that F1X is going to be in the top 5. Well, if I'm gonna go precise on it too, like Tyz does, I'm gonna say Maxwell P1, TB being P2. You know what? Oh boy. I don't know who to put P3. I don't even know who to put P3 now, because I'm actually having second thoughts about Jack being P3. I might, you know what? No, screw it. I'll put Corey in for P3. And Red Raider just put in his full group. Maxwell 1, Reese 2, Luke 7, Luke 3, TB 4, and F1X 5. Tyz goes for the race. Let's do something crazy. Maxwell wins, TB second, Luke third. Oh, that's very, very bold. Extremely bold indeed. Alright, let's take a peek here. And Pax just invalidated it. Gosh dang. So just over 2 minutes left to go here in Q3, which is enough for at least 2 laps around this track for most of these guys. But for Egg, TB, and Luke, once they come out on deck, they're only going to get 1 lap. One lap, 1 shot. All right. Maxwell does not invalidate, which is good, so he'll get 1 more lap even after. As the field bunches up just a little bit. Here we go. And Maxwell comes across the line. As a 19-0, what happened to him? He must have made a mistake. Well, he's got another shot. See us, these guys come across, and Reese goes fastest right now, 14-0. And Payox has bailed at the pits. That's it for Payox. So Payox right now is P7. And Jack is also done too. So here comes F1X, comes across the line. It is a 14.6. Very strong, capable lap. There comes Maxwell now. Can he beat it? Comes across the line. Holy hell, 13.8. We have a new run. Corey goes to P4. And TB, 14.2. There comes an Egg just wipes out. Egg just wipes out right at the finish line. And Luke goes to P6. And the Chiller goes to P7. And that is it. Maxwell is on pole. Reese P2 and TB P3. And holy hell. And ties. You had the order, you had your 3 correct. Except he got Maxwell and Reese the wrong direction. But he got his 3 picks right. So Maxwell's pole position. With Reese second and TB is in third. Very, very strong run. But look at the gap here. Maxwell with the pole and his teammate Payox 1.1 seconds behind. So Payox has got a little work to do. But now, the race is up next. So when Egg crashed, I just read the chat. Wavy just put in, the Egg is scrambled. Damn it, Wavy. God damn it. Alright, so here we go. We are ready to go for the race itself. So, who will see glory? We'll find out. And what we got? Oh, and trouble immediately, by the way. So we have a rule in RPL. If you ready up before the host, you will most likely receive a 10-second time penalty, and Payox is going to receive one. He is going to receive a 10-second penalty for running up to race before the host, which is Luke. Alright, so here we go for the formation lap. So here's our grid, by the way. So Maxwell is going to be on pole, and he's got Reese alongside him for row 1. It is a McLaren row 2 with TB and Corey. F1X and L74G make up row 3, with the Chiller and Jack making up row 4. Row 5, it is Payox and Egg. Leighton and Stenner make up row 6. Polygod and Bonkers make up row 7. Campy and Cryptic make row 8. Kiernan and Wavy make up row 9. And it is Nando and Beatnik the backfield. So for tires, we have F1X, Payox, Egg, Leighton, and Kiernan on the medium tires. Everybody else is on the softs. So, here we go. 32 laps is the distance, and with the way it is, like I said, off of points, currently at this present time, Reese will be kicking it off as the defunct championship leader. As Beatnik lines up in a position. Alright, so here we go. The lights come on to start the Imola GP. And lights out, off we go! Actually, there's a really good start with Corey making a move alongside of Reese as they make their way down into turn number 1. Here we go. And then we got TB on the inside of Reese. Then we up there. Now we got trouble. We got collisions all over the place. That is the Alpha Tauri's in trouble with Jack and Luke mashing it up together. It looks like a center's inside him. Look at Bonky's already up in there. We got trouble. That is Mythic Cammy spun out, and Egg spins out and resets the track. That's a 5-second penalty for Egg. So Chaos up in the turns 2 and 5, with people bonking all over the place. We have Stenner all the way up into P8 right now, with Luke gets clear up in there, ghosting inside his butt, and wowee, good lord there. And look at Leighton, he started P11, he's already up into P6, and there goes Stenner spun out. Stenner spins out in turn number 13, and that is a mess for the Aston Martin boys. So Aston Martin in trouble, that's for sure, on his chaotic first lap. And here we go, crossing the line for these guys. It is Maxwell, Reese, TB, Corey, F1X, Leighton, Payox, Luke, Jack, and Bonkers. As Bonkers gets clear of Jack and gets up into P9. Now, by the way, Bonkers and TB already in the 3-second penalty club. Now, Bonkers, by the way, is already up into P9 and starting P14. Egg is off in the pits, and he's immediately done. And multiple drivers off into the pits. It is Wavy, Polygon, DeChiller, Cryptic, all off in the pits already. Alright, sorry about that. Freaking controller disconnected on me. We should be all set and good. We had trouble in Sector 1. That is Wavy in trouble, I think. No, that's Egg's disconnected car. As Leighton just gets clear of F1X in the penultimate corner, gets himself into P5. So Leighton is actually doing very solid in the Alpine, putting pressure on the Ferrari. Here he goes on the outside. In the background is Luke challenging Bonkers, being challenged by Bonkers, and F1X. Oh, low contact, low bash, and there goes Luke off the track. Luke off the track, Payox up the tail of Leighton for P6. He's got Bonkers right behind him too. So Chaos kicks it off for these guys. That is for sure, as Nando comes off into the pits to fix himself up a little bit. But Payox up into P7, Bonkers up into P8 from P14, and Payox clears Leighton up into P7, into P6. Now Bonkers is going to be in pursuit of Leighton to get himself into P7. He's got Jack right behind him, his sister teammate. And this is going to be very interesting. Bonkers in the Red Bull up up in the kettle of fire, that's for sure. And Layton putting on the defense. Bonkers trying to get through. Bonkers actually going to be getting both of them. Ooh, that's a little close. But Bonkers successful. Clears 2 cars. Goes very crazy on the attack and gets 2 cars in one go as Jack goes on the inside of Payox, gets himself into P8. Whoo-wee, right in the back end of the top 10 is really getting fired up, that's for sure. But Bonkers has already gained 8 positions from the start. He's started in P14. He's already up in the P6 now. And Jack, by the way, just clears Laggy Layton up into P7 now. And Bonkers just joins the 3-second penalty club. And by the way, I'm just going to mention this. Look who's sitting in I just want to mention this very quickly. Look who's sitting in P11 and P12. Beatnik in the Williams and Kiernan in the Haas. These guys are almost up into the points already. But now here goes Bonkers on the outside of F1X. Very stellar, very quick. Makes it good, and he's through. And Payox bails off to the pits. He's got issues. So Payox having issues already with this, and he's already in the pits now, replacing the wing and get some new tires. And that's for sure. As Bonkers has P5 under his grasp. F1X actually doing really solid, up into P6 already. And now Kiernan is actually in the points in P10. And I just can't believe that a freaking Haas is already up into P10 as Cammy, who had an instant on the first lap, he's already covered enough. He's up into P12 now as Luke clears Laggy Layton up in corner number 12. Actually, I think we might have a battle for second here, by the way. As TB is hunting down Reese, and he doesn't have enough to make a chance work, but very valiant effort, I will admit that. And Layton still hunting down, still in pursuit of Luke. That is only for P8 right now, but Luke, by the way, he sought their tire though. So he's got the better speed, but when it comes to cornering and the wear issues, Layton has it better. I just read the chat. Reese, Ty says that Reese equals Verstappen, Maxwell is Hamilton, Payox, Bottas, and Bonkers is Checo, as Layton and Stenner both join the 3-second penalty club. So currently, as it stands right now, Maxwell's still holding a lead, 1.6 seconds clear of Reese. And actually, TB might consider challenging for P2, but he's still not close enough. And then there's a decent gap between TB and Corey, 4 seconds, who's also got a 4-second gap over Bonkers. And Stenner gets himself into the points, clearing TRT Kiernan up into P10. And Kiernan is actually fighting with Mythic right now for P11, and Mythic shuts him over. And DeChiller, by the way, just joined the 3-second penalty club. Beatnik just cleared him, and we have trouble. And actually, Kiernan is actually in trouble in turn 5. So as the drivers are making the runs around, I mean, one driver that definitely is going to have to hope for a miracle is Payox. Payox had damage earlier on. He's fallen all the way to P14, and he's got a long ways to go in order to catch up. And so far, we are 7 laps through in this race, and only one DNF, and that is Egg, who called it quits after an incident early on as Jack clears F1X, get himself into P6 now. AlphaTauri's really coming into their own. And Kiernan gets 2 5-second penalties, one for corner cut and in that tight chicane, and then speeding in the pits too. So now Kiernan is going to be off to the pits for the second time in this event. Wait, no, first time, I'm sorry. And he'll have to serve that 5-second penalty, and when he comes out, I think he's going to be at risk of maybe going a lap down. Nope, he's going now. And yeah, there's the... Looks like we might have a challenge for the lead, by the way. And Reese just joins the 3-second penalty club. So it looks like the final corner is really starting to come into wear and tear for these guys in terms of track limit penalties and stuff. But the top 3 are actually coming in really tight with each other. Actually, Luke on the outside of F1X. F1X holds his ground and keeps Luke behind. Very solid run by F1X. Here he goes again on the inside. Luke gets a better tire and he's through. And he is up into P7 now. F1X, very valiant effort, I will admit. He did put up a fight against the 3-time champion. But in the end, Luke outwits him. But now, we will have a fight for the lead here. Maxwell versus Reese versus TB. These 3 are basically within a second of each other between the 3 of them. As we go on board with Reese, is he close enough to make a move for an attack? I mean, if he does, it's going to be very valiant. It's going to be very risky. Here he goes on the outside. And he's going for it. And to make... Oh, there goes Maxwell. Maxwell off and into the wall. I don't know if there was contact between the 2. Or maybe Maxwell got some understeer. But that was a mess. And I'm actually shocked. I don't see damage to Maxwell's car. He's probably got a lot of gravel in those wheels, but I don't see damage to the wings. And that incident just put Maxwell now completely out of it. I'm just looking at it again. Yeah. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't think that could have been Reese's fault. I think it might be no further action there. That is going to be noted by the stewards, by the way. Just have to note that. Yes, it is noted by the stewards. So, now, looks like we're going to have a battle for the lead round 2. This time, it's TB looking to make a move as Corey goes to the pits. Here goes TB on the outside, and he's through. TB inherits the lead now. But, well, these guys are going to come up on some trouble very shortly, because right there, you see in the distance, is Kiernan and Cryptic, 2 lapped cars. So Corey did pit for new tires, goes onto the hard compound tires, and he comes out just barely ahead of Beatnik in P11. So as the guys are making their rounds through the event here, now I wonder if Reese can mount a challenge for to get the lead back. As actually TB bails to the pits, and so does Reese. They're both in. Looks like Maxwell had an issue, and he's off to the pits now. And Bonkers will stay out, and he'll inherit the lead now. And now goes Luke. Luke's off. Jack stays. And so does F1X and Leighton. And trouble. Wavy Knife has crashed. At the exit of turn number 7. Oh wait, no. At the exit of turn 6. Is this going to result in a safety car? There he is. Wrecked out. And I don't see... Well, there's not going to be a safety car as the guys go whizzing on through. It's not VSC either. But that is the end of Wavy Knife, unfortunately. So TB and Reese, they came out in P5. They came in P1, P2. They're now P5 and P6. Maxwell came in P3's P8. And Luke came in P6. And he came out P12. But now, let's see what happens as Bonky comes in now. Reacts to his teammate. And now Jack comes in too. So F1X is going to inherit the lead now. But don't forget, these guys are on medium tires, so they'll last longer. As Leighton looking to make a move, F1X covers him off in turn 1, and F1X stays in the lead. So F1X is 8 seconds clear of TB right now. And as Bonkers comes out, he is going to be ahead of Luke, by the way. He isn't. Bonky comes out in P8. And Jack is in P9. And now, as some of these drivers are cycling on through, so Leighton holds the lead. F1X holds the lead. Leighton's in second. They've yet to stop. Mythic is in, and we have trouble. That's Stenner in the wall in turn number 3. TB, Reese, they pitted. They're in 3 and 4. Maxwell and Corey pitted. They're 6 and 7. Bonky's pitted. He's P8. Jack's pitted. He's P9. Beatnik, Jack P10. He has yet to pit. And Stenner off in the wall again. Well, anyways, Beatnik is P9, has yet to pit. Mythic actually comes in from P5. Let's see what Beatnik's got in mind. And Beatnik's actually coming in too. So Beatnik is in the pits, and Nando spun out at the nick of turn 11. So Nando's falling all the way back to P17. Stenner is in trouble now. But Stenner may not lose a lap because the 2 lead cars have yet to pit, by the way, as Leighton has the lead now. F1X is just harassing him to try to get in there. Just over the horizon, you see Reese and TB fighting. That's for P3. More and more people are coming in and doing the stuff, and Stenner in the pits, and he's done. And Stenner's the 3rd retirement of the event. And there goes F1X around the outside and clear. F1X is back in the lead. The question is for how long? That is the question, is for how long though? Now, by the way, Payox is actually coming back on Luke. He had issues in the first opening 10 laps, he's already back up into P10, and he's going to might challenge Luke to get P9. Now Reese is only 3 seconds off of F1X, and rightfully so, is gaining, and TB is only a second behind him. So let's see, who is the biggest losers in terms of their positions that are actively racing? Right now the big gainer is, well, right now is Leighton with 9, but he's going to have to fall back. The Choa right now is the biggest loser with 6 as F1X is coming. And so is Leighton. These boys have actually pitted now. So these guys have now pitted. F1X and Leighton going on to... So F1X going on to the hard compound. And Leighton onto the soft compound tires. And Reese inherits the lead now as Corey gets beaten over to 4th by Bonkers. Bonkers is actually coming in a hard light here, that's for sure. Bonkers was in P14 to start. He's already up into P4 now. So F1X, who pitted from the lead, is P7, and Leighton P2 comes out P9. But Leighton is on softs though, so he's going to have to do another soft stop. So maybe Leighton might be thinking of possibly a safety car later on. That's what he might be interpreting. Maybe he might look for a safety car. Or can he hope for those softs to last 17-18 laps as Polygon's crashed in turn 3? And a safety car has been deployed, and there he is. Polygon crashed in turn 3 the same way that Bonky crashed in Q2. So this is going to throw a wrench in everything as Jack is bailed off, so is F1X, and Luke too. So a double stack for the Aston Martin crew. And Payox goes on to the sauce. Jack on the sauce, F1X on the sauce, Luke on the sauce. Payox is on mediums. And the Chiller's coming in too. I think he's going for sauce as well. No, another set of mediums. Well, this is going to throw a monkey wrench in everybody's game. So let's see. Let's see what the leaders will do. I mean, TB is going to have to definitely come in to get rid of those hard tires he's got. And yes, TB's going, and Reese has bailed off. He's not going to pit. Same with Maxwell, he's bailed. And Corey's going in too. So McLaren trying a new tactic. So they get rid of their mediums, and they both go to they both get rid of their hards. They go into mediums. That's what I meant. So this is going to be quite interesting because Leighton is going to be on sauce, and he may stay with these sauce for the rest of the race. And look who's up in 6th right now. Mythic Cammy. Had an incident on the opening lap, was basically dead last. And Mythic Cammy is actually up into P6 now. So, after all the cars have cycled through, we have Reese leading, Maxwell second, Bonkers third, Leighton fourth, TB 5, Cammy 6, Corey 7, Jack 8, F1X 9, and Beatnik is in 10th. So frustration in the RPL F1 chat. Paul got not happy with how the car reacted with him, and he also complained that, of course, when he crashes, the safety car comes out. So there were 15 laps to go here in RPL F1 here at Imola. We've had 4 DNFs from this event. We had Egg run off into the pits after the second lap and call it quits. Wavy crashed out out of turn number 6. Unfortunately, no VSC or CT car was deployed for that. Stenner, after a couple incidents, fell back into P8. Ran off to the pits and called it a run in P18, and Polgod crashed in turn 3 to cause the safety car, and he is the last DNFer. So it looks like we're going to be under safety car conditions for at least another lap, while these guys are out and about. So actually, while these guys are out and about, we might as well, I might as well address one little thing. So for the last, so this past Friday and last week, F1 Tier 2 was actually being streamed, but it was streamed under this gentleman's, Fake TV's Twitch account. But that was because we had issues trying to get him set up with the RPL Twitch, but thankfully this will be a thing of the past for next week, as he will have access to it, and we should be all set for that. So, for those that missed the F2 event earlier today, that was a very monumental race there. It was at the... And Nando has actually crashed. Nando's crashed at the entrance of turn 4. Balloon. So anyways. The winner of for F2, by the way, earlier, in sprint race number 1, that was won by Jordan. In sprint race number 2, that was won by Crazily Wavy Knife. And in the feature race, it was won by Bourbon. So, safety car coming in this lap. Reese is in control of the field. And by the way, just want to mention off of penalties. The Chiller has 6 seconds of penalties. Everyone else has 3 under that black and white logos you see there. And Reese has bolted. And he is gone. And there goes Leighton off and crashing. Leighton gets a little goosey with the throttle and goes, good night, see you later, bye. He is done. There goes Bonkers on the inside of Maxwell. Holy hell, that was close. And oh, there goes Bonky. He's wrecked it. Bonky has crashed under contact with Maxwell. And Bonkers hauling the going out. Good night. Good night, Irene. Yowie wowie! That was just wild there. So Bonkers is done. Jeez, that is not good. That was not good for sure, as Luke just joins the 3-second penalty club now. Wow. This is becoming a crazy race now, as the Constructors' Champion leaders, they lose one of theirs. And Cryptic, by the way, in the back run, has just cleared Beatnik for P11, as Corey fighting with Cammy for P4. Cammy's putting up a fight. They're side-by-side, wheel-to-wheel, going into turn number 1, and Corey keeps his foot down and stays in P4. It looks like we got trouble again. This time, it's the champion, Luke, involved. Luke has crashed in turn 2 and 3. So Luke has spun out. That is not good. But now, on board with Jack, he is up Mythic Cammy's tail. He's just sniffing those exhaust fumes there. He's gonna try to psych Cammy out. Cammy on the harder compound tire though. Yeah, but Mythic Cammy keeps it still. Now DRS back enabled. And Jack still pursuing Mythic Cammy. And so is Mythic. And let's see, can he make a move? No, he does not. Doesn't see the chance yet. But Mythic Cammy still holding firm, sitting in P5 right now. And Jack nearly loses it, catching those bumps. And F1X is now sneaking a peek, see if he wants to take a move. So, this is going to be really good, that's for sure. This is going to be some fun action here for the P5 position. A mini train of 4 cars involved. At that back of it is Payox. Payox might think of breaking away to make a move on F1X, but can't get it done. Luke just gets another 3-second penalty now. Well, meanwhile, now the battle for the lead, as Jack actually just clears Mythic Cammy. Now Maxwell in pursuit of Reese. Was almost 5 seconds back after an incident a few laps ago, but now he's back in the fight in full. Here goes Reese, here goes Mythic Cammy bumping up with Jack. They get contact, and there goes Mythic Cammy, spins out, and Leighton crashes at the exit of turn 13, and another safety car now. This is going to change things up now. So the question is, I think this means everybody's gonna be coming in now. What's gonna happen now? Safety car probably gonna be around for a few laps, which means we're probably gonna have maybe 5 laps of racing. And Reese says no, I ain't coming in. Maxwell not going in. TB staying out. Corey not going in. None of these guys going in. Oh, the Chiller is. The Chiller is going in. And so is Luke, Mythic, and Beatnik. So, interesting choices. There's now only 13 drivers left. Factor in, that's quite a few drivers with penalties. Reese has 3, TB has 3, Kieran has 3, the Chiller and Luke have 6, and oh, Kieran has 6. Oh, TB's got 6. Okay, never mind. So I'm just gonna say this, by the looks of it, Mythic and Beatnik, these two are actually going to be looking at some points. Alright, so not including off of penalties, we have Reese, Maxwell, TV, Corey, Jack, F1X, Payox, Cryptic, Kiernan, The Chiller, the top 10, with Luke, Cammy, and Beatnik in 11 to 13th. Safety car is in. Once we get it roaring back again, 6 laps to go in this event. So remember, Reese has 3 seconds of penalties. He has to get clear Maxwell for sure. TB's gotta get at least 6-second gap on everybody. So, when is Reese gonna go? There he goes. He's off and away. We're back and away here in Imola. So Reese taking off with the group. Maxwell right behind. TB trying to stay close and tight. Jack is up there with him. And off they go. Here we go. Up into turn number 1. Saw it all the way through. Oh, we got an interesting fight here between Kiernan and the Chiller. And Luke ahead too. Excuse me. And oh, there goes Mythic Cammy off. Mythic Cammy goes off in turn number 5. Crazily, that puts Beatnik in P12 because of the Chiller, Luke, and Kiernan's penalties. He'll go out to P9. Payox up with it. He had a malfunction and loses a couple positions to Cryptic and to Chiller now. Now the Chiller on the inside of Cryptic now. Ferrari versus Alfa Romeo. Payox bonks into the back of Cryptic. Keeps firm. And off they go. 5 laps to go in this event. As Jack is thinking about making a move. Maybe on Corey Marshall. Maybe not. I don't think so. Maybe not. We'll see a chance for, yeah, Payox is in P9 right now. Off he goes in the way. Luke is hanging strong with them. Remember, Payox has those. Payox has no penalties. Luke has 6 seconds. Luke thinking about making a move. Cryptic with a block. Very nice little block by Cryptic there to keep that P8 firm in hand. Actually, Cryptic is actually keeping it nice and steady with that Alfa Romeo. So this is actually really simple, that's for sure. As Luke looking to make a move on Payox. That's for P9. Here we go. Steady move, steady hand, and Luke gets clear, and there goes Payox, spins out, and Kieran also spins out too. And Payox off into the pits, and disaster for Mercedes. So maybe the blow is less severe to Red Bull now. Well, unofficially as it sits, Maxwell is going to win on track. Reese is going to get P2. Corey's looking at P3 right now. Anyways, Luke in pursuit of Cryptic now. This is for P8. Remember, Luke has that 6 seconds of penalties though. Mythic Carry's back in the points hunt. P10. And 3 laps to go now. Beatnik 1.5 seconds back behind Cammy, but because of the penalties, he may get some points still out of this. As Luke clears Cryptic to get P8. Remember, the Chiller's got 6 seconds, so let's see, about 2.1, 3. Alright, so Beatnik's only about half a second off. Only half a second behind the Chiller, so he may get Luke and may get Cammy, but it's gonna be very tight. It's going to be very tight, very close. And speaking of tight and close, we may have a battle for the lead now between the top 3 of Reese, Maxwell, and TB. Maxwell with the DRS. Can he make the move? Where's he gonna go? Maybe? No. Backs off last second. So Maxwell hangs still in P2. But Maxwell is going to be the winner regardless. Unless something disastrous happens to him. Yeah, unless something disastrous happens, Maxwell, Reese is going to lose the win. 2 is going to lose the win. Now TB is still going to lose the 3rd place spot to Corey. Because he has 6 seconds. Actually may lose more than that. He's actually also going to lose P4 to Jack, too. But here we go. As they come around this corner now, we're entering the final lap as the Chiller thought about making a move on Jack for P6. This is going to be really tight, and Maxwell gets clear. He's in the lead. And he does take it in turn 1. Maxwell is the leader now. And Luke clears the Chiller for P5. Reese is going to have to do something really, really nuts in order to get the lead back and keep it. And Mythic Cammy clears F1X. Let's see what happens as they make their way through. It's going to be very tight between these guys. As they come around, Maxwell keeps it firm. I'm not sure if this is going to be the last ditch move. Maybe. No, it is not. As he's going to come around the final corner in a dash effort. It is Aaron Maxwell. He is going to win in Imola. Reese gets second. TB crosses for third. But Corey Marshall gets it. Luke. Wow, look at that. Jack P5, F1X P6, Cryptic P7, Mythic Cammy P8, Luke P9, the Chiller P10. Pete Nick just misses the point by 0.6 of a second. That was very, very close. But Maxwell gets the win done. Wonderful stuff. Now, who do I think is going to be driver of the day for this crazy event? Well, I'd say it's going to come down. I'm going to say I think driver of the day is going to go to TSR Cryptic. He started all the way back in P16, and he came back from a nutsy run. He just kept it cool, kept it calm, did extremely well, and he got P7, and there it is. And also on the driver of the day screen, Mythic Cammy as well. Mythic Cammy, I also say, is also a good contender too. But there he is, Maxwell, your winner of the event. So, Maxwell, your winner. There is Reese in P2 and Corey P3 on his return race to Tier 1. Very good racing, to say the least. Wow. But yeah, there it is. Maxwell is your winner for tonight. Reese is second place. Corey is third. TB is 4. Jack 5. F1X P6. Cryptic P7. Cammy P8. Luke P9. And the Chiller P10. And Beatnik, very, very, very close. Just misses out by 0.6 of a second. Very, very close, though. Very good notice there for these guys. Yeah. So the action for RPL is going to continue on for next week. Kicking it off first. We are going to be, for F1 Tier 2, they're going to be racing in France for round 3. Since we were in Imola for tonight's race, next Saturday,
F2 is going to be at Imola. And last but not least, F1 is going to be in Portugal for F1. So, from RPL Streams, this is Tell and I will saying good night and have a wonderful one.